Good morning, one and all. Myself Bhavani from Civil Department. Today, I am going to give the lecture on types of chemical hazards. In the last class, we have already discussed about what is meant by this chemical hazards. And these are the hazards which can be caused due to the chemicals. Why? Because it can be, whether it may be health hazard or whether it may be physical hazard. These are all comes under this chemical hazards only. Okay. Mainly, in our disaster management, what are the main hazards we are going to face in case of this chemical, biological and also physical and psychological hazards are also there. And in that one, I'm already told you about the chemical hazard. Okay. First, we will be having the chemical hazard. Next, physical hazard. Next is biological hazard. Next is psychological hazard. Okay. And due to these different types of hazards, these are all hazards which can be very much harmful towards the human bodies. Okay. Human body health also, whether it may be physical or whether it may be mental conditions. These are all the hazards which can be faced towards the human health. Okay. And in this one, we completed the chemical hazard, means what is meant by this chemical hazard, how it is going to be occurred like this one. Okay. And today's class, we are going to discuss about types of chemical hazard. You can see here that is types of hazardous chemicals. And in this one, what are the different types of chemical hazards we are going to use means in our daily life also. Why? Because we can't know that chemical is present in that material or in that one. So we have to be very careful when when we are eating something. For example, we can't use the food in that aluminium coil. Okay, so many scientists they said that rolling the food in the aluminium coil is also very much dangerous towards the health of the humans. So we have to avoid that type of things. And also fast food is also very much dangerous towards the human health. Why? Because in that fast food they are going to use different types of sauces and they are adding so many of masalas in that one. So due to all this, these sauces, masalas, these are all containing the various types of chemicals. That chemicals may give rise to the numerous health issues towards the humans. Why? Because some may cause kidney problems, some may cause respiratory problems, some may damage the liver. These are all the different types of health issues we are going to face if this chemical hazard consumed by the humans here. Okay. And in this one, what are the different types of chemical hazards or neurotoxins, immune agents, dermatologic agents, and carcinogens. And these carcinogens are very, very dangerous. Why? Because these chemicals can give rise to the cancer also. Okay. And next is some asthmagens, next to pneumocystic agents, sensitizers, and these are all the chemical hazards we are going to study. Okay. And due to this chemical hazards, it will give rise towards the physical health and all physical hazards and also towards the health hazards. And next one is, what is this health hazards means these health hazards are nothing but the when we consume any type of food, unknowingly also we can maybe consume that type of food items, like that one that will be very much hazardous towards the human health, or that may be hazard towards the livestock or towards the animals also. For example of that health hazards are hepatotoxins, next corrosives, next carcinogens, and this one I just now told you, carcinogens, these are nothing but the hazards which are give rise to the cancer in our body. One of the example of that one is benzene. This benzene can be used to make the lubricants also. So we are going to use this benzene for making of lubricants. Means when we are going to make this type of chemicals, we have to be very careful. Means we have to wear top to bottom clothing like that one. Otherwise, when it gives contact with these carcinogens can lead to the cancers also. And next one is corrosives, and these corrosives are nothing but sulfuric acid. This is used for the manufacturing of some other materials also. And next one is hepatotoxins, and in this hepatotoxin, one of the example of this one is trichloroethylene, and this trichloroethylene is very much hazardous towards the human body. Why? Because it is one of the main dangerous chemical found in our body sometimes. Okay, and this gives rise to very much of this consumption of this hepatotoxin can make that poisonous towards the human body. Next one is physical hazard, and in this physical hazard, what is meant by this physical hazard means these when we are going to inhale this type of chemicals in our body, means without damage to our body, these physical hazards can be occurred. What are the main examples of this physical hazard? Are flammable gases, aerosols, oxidizing gases, and some will be gases under pressure, flammable liquids and flammable solids we can be tell, and also some self-reactive substances. And next is pyrophobic poric liquids. Means when these pyrochloric liquids it gets caught with the contact of water, means that will be very much hazardous. Okay, and next is oxidizing liquids, solids, and some will be peroxides, and some will be metals, and some will be combustible dust. These are all comes under the example of physical hazard. Means this physical hazard is also very much dangerous towards the overall ecosystem also. Means when these chemicals or this chemical hazard, when we are making some material, means some medicines or some material we are making, means we have to use the chemicals there. Means if we are using that chemicals in that factories, means that factory outlet have to be goes to the outside. Means this outlet when it goes towards the other part of the city, means that part of the city they may not grow the trees or plants at that area, because that much of dangerous these chemicals may be. Okay, and what are the main impact of these health hazards? Okay, and when these health hazard occurred, means what is the main impact on our body is it may be skin corrosion or skin irritation we may be having, and eye damage or eye irritation we may be having, and also germ cell mutagenicity will be there. Here mutagenicity is nothing but the changing of the DNA here. Okay, sometimes because of the heavy inhaling of this chemical hazards, it may lead to the mutagenicity. Okay, means change of DNA can be happen because of this chemical hazards. And acute toxicity will be there. Means by inhaling this type of toxic chemicals, we are going to we will be facing so many health issues like eye irritation, and some will be they can't speak immediately when they inhale this type of chemicals, and some will be having respiratory problems, skin sensitization will be there, and also these carcinogenity will be there. Means I already told you this carcinogenity will be like it is the chemical which is going to be it is nothing but the part that is going to develop the cancer in our body. Okay, next one is what are the main types of chemical hazards other than that physical and also health hazards are. First one, that is naturally occurring chemicals. Means without any human involvement, some of the chemicals will be naturally occurring. That type of chemicals is called as the naturally occurring material. Some of the examples here is microtoxin, next pyrrolizidine alkaloids. These are all the examples comes under naturally occurring chemicals. And next one is intentionally added chemicals. Means when we are preparing any types of medicines, means when we are conducting some researches, means scientists will intentionally added some material um, towards that material or some other chemicals. Those are called as the intentionally added chemicals. And what are the example of this chemical or preservatives? And in this preservatives, that will be nitrate and also the sulfatizing agents. This will be somewhat dangerous also. Why? Because scientists, they don't know if this by adding this chemical into that chemical, what it will means, what is the result we are going to get. They also don't know. Means they will do the research continuously. They will do the researches. Means that result is past. Means they have to take that means a successful data to prepare some other products. Okay, so likewise these intentionally added chemicals will be somewhat dangerous, and that may cause the burning sensation or eye irritation they may occur. Okay, and next one is unintentionally or incidentally added chemicals. Means when scientists or some other people, they are doing some researches, means some product, means same pink color chemical will be there. Means some will be other chemical and some will be other chemical. Some people, they don't know which chemical it is. Okay, if they have that nameplate on the name on that one, means they will just add that one. But if they don't know, means automatically unintentionally they will add that chemical into the another chemical. Means maybe some of the chemicals may be dangerous at that time. Means immediate action can be taken at that time. Means that chemical is dangerous, means we have to take immediate action to just run out of that room, or just we have to take the extra precautions when we are doing this type of researches also. Unintentionally if we add, means that may be so much dangerous when compared with the intentionally added chemicals. Okay, and here in this means this one WHMIS, this is one of the hazardous workplace hazardous material information system. This is developed by our this is developed by the government. And here in this one, what they will do, means in workplace how we have to be there, and what are the rules we have to follow. And some of the rules maybe don't touch that one, or don't touch this one, and don't keep your hands on that material, or don't keep hands under the material. These are all the rules that may be seen in this WHMIS. This one is the information system we are going to have. And after, if some of the people, means some maybe doctorates or some pharma company people, they have to read this type of information, and then only they are going to work in that place. Why? Because they have to know the hazardous material information. Okay, otherwise if they don't, means some may die unintentionally. Okay, so we have to be very careful, and this data have to be referred. Okay, then only they can be do the so many type of work in their place. Okay, and by reading this type of WHMIS, we can easily prevent the health hazards, and we can reduce the accidents also. Okay, means so this information system is very much useful for the means in the workplace also. And next one is effect of chemical depends on the several factors. Means when these chemical hazards occur, means that several factors may be included in this one. Okay, means from where we can be means from where we are going to suffer from this chemical hazards. Means from where we are getting this type of chemical hazard, and what are the different factors we are going to face because of this chemical hazards are mainly the routes of entry. Means some people, they may just inhale this type of chemicals into their body, then these chemical hazards can be happen. And some of them will be physical properties of the substances. Why? Because some people, they don't know the properties of that substance also, and they just take that substance and they will do some other research on that substance. Means if they know the physical properties of that substance, means whether it may be burnable or inflammable or flammable, we can't know anything. But if we read these chemical properties of that substance, means it may be very useful. Why? Because we may take extra precautions towards the substance also. And next one is work practices. And when we are practicing so many researches with that only chemical, means for example, we can take sulfuric acid. If we are going to take that only chemical and we are doing so many experiments on that chemical, means that practice makes our, means it will be very easy. Why? Because we are practicing continuously on that only chemical. Okay. So work practices also can be beneficial. And the next one is nature of the exposure. Means how we are going to expose towards this chemical. Means what is the nature of that exposure. We are going to know this one. And next one is combined exposures. And because when we are exposing towards the chemical hazards, means that may be radioactive materials or that may be other thing, means when we are exposed towards the some other chemicals, means what precautions we have to take and what are the combined exposures we have to identify. These are all we have to take care. Means these are all the several factors which is which can be affected from this chemical hazard. And some will be susceptibility of the workers. Some workers may be lazy at their workplace. Means when they just leave their workplace and they will go just to roam in their place also. Means at some time some hazard can be happened at that time. So that workers also have to be careful to not encourage this type of accidents. Okay. Unintentional accidents are very much harmful. I already told you. So if these workers, they just leave their workplace, means that will be very dangerous. Means they have to keep another person when they move from that place. Okay. That is one of the main factor we are going to face because of this chemical hazard. And next one is toxicity. In this toxicity, means when we are going to inhale these chemical hazards, means toxic material when we inhale, that will cause so much damage to our human health. Okay. Effects of chemicals, means when we inhale this chemical hazard, what are the effects in our body is, some may be causing irritation, there will be lack of oxygen, and some chemicals when we inhale, means firstly it will be okay, but afterwards it will become very poisonous towards our body. Some chemicals may cause cancer and some may cause allergies, and mostly very dangerous one is this is damage towards the unborn fetus. Why? Because when pregnant ladies, they expose towards these chemicals, means that may impact their unborn fetus also. And next one is that will affect on the future generation. Means after the pregnancy, means after the delivering of the baby also, when that woman, when she is exposed towards these chemicals, means there will be so much damage towards the baby in the stomach only. Means after birth also, that baby can be suffered with so many diseases, and some people, they may be having the allergies and some may be having the asthma. Means after some years like that one. Okay, immune system cannot be having for that children. And next is pneumocolisis, and here pneumocolisis is nothing but the dusty lung. Means we can say like when these so many people, they will be doing this smoking. Okay, when they are doing this smoking, that smoking is very much dangerous towards them. Okay, but it is nothing but a habit to them. Okay, when this smoking habit, they just daily they are inhaling that smoking gas, means that is very much harmful and that will damage their lungs also. Okay. And next is, what are the main controlling chemical hazards in their workplace? Means firstly, we have to reduce or we have to eliminate that type of chemical hazards whenever possible. Means if that using of that chemical hazard is completed, means we have to just take out that overall, maybe it may be product or maybe it may be anything. That one, after we are having that result, we have to take out that one, and we have to reduce the usage of that chemical hazard, or we can be eliminate that type of chemical hazard also. And we have to maintain the adequate ventilation systems. Why? Because in any industries or factories, ventilation is very much important. Okay. Why? Because when normal people, they will see very from far from far away from this factory, means we will just see overall that industry factory's door can be always closed. But when we go nearer to that industries, means there will be very number of windows and also doors will be there. Why? Because for any type of industries, factories, and some research laboratories also, this ventilation is very much helpful. Why? Because um, means that will be, means some of the industries and factories, ventilation is required. Okay. But when compared with these chemical hazards, ventilation should be adequate. Means closed system can be done towards this chemical hazard researches. Why? Because when they are doing any type of researches, they have to be very careful to not leave this type of harmful gases into the air. Okay. So they will just use the adequate ventilation system so that they can reduce the concentration of these airborne chemicals. Okay. So some industries may be having very much ventilation facilities, but some industries or factories may be having very less ventilation facilities. Why? Because from some any type of we can say windows, doors can be very small number. Okay. Why? Because that gases cannot be go towards the atmosphere, and that atmosphere also, if this harmful gases goes into the atmosphere, means that will cause the damage towards the global warming also. Means greenhouse gases can be released, and that causes the global warming towards us only. Okay. And next one is, we have to provide the good hygiene system, that may be washing the hands after coming from the offices or often coming from the workplace. We have to clean ourselves, then only we can go towards our family. Why? Because that may be very harmful towards them, also towards us also. And we have to maintain the workplace cleaning routines. Why? Because if the place is very neat and clean, means that may reduce the so many of airborne diseases also. Other than this waterborne diseases, these airborne diseases is also very much harmful. So if your workplace is clean, means that will reduce the airborne diseases also. And next means, if some people, they may be working in some research laboratories with these dangerous chemicals, means when that people, they are working in their workplace, means they will just cover themselves with so much clothing. But after going towards their home also, they have to be very careful. Means after cleaning only, they have to leave their workplace, and after going to their home also, they have to clean themselves. Okay. That may be very much helpful towards their family also. So avoiding of this carrying different types of hazardous substances towards their home also can be avoided. Okay. And next one is, we have to introduce the administrative controls towards this means to minimize the exposure towards these chemicals. We have to go through the, means workers, they have to go through the different jobs. Why? Because if one place is dangerous, means another place will be somewhat dangerous, and another place will be, it is not having any danger situation. So these workers, when they go through different jobs or different location, means there will be minimum exposure towards these chemicals also. Okay. And next one is, when people are in off hours also, maintenance work have to be done, so that after they came or when they are doing the work also, accidental release of these toxic substances cannot be affected. Okay. So maintenance work have to be regularly done so that it cannot be affect towards the workers when they are working. Okay. And next is we have to use the extra protective equipment and also the devices. Why? Because when we are using any type of chemicals means we have to just wear the gloves, mask, means eye protection also we have to use, and also extra protective equipment and also the devices can be used here. And next is when we are going to um, use these equipments in the manufacturing of any type of products means some harmful products. When we are using this one means that equipment should be clean enough. Okay, means that cannot be having any leaks or cannot be having any breakdowns. So we have to use the equipment which is in good condition. If it is in good condition, that may be helpful. Okay, that may be helpful towards us. And some of the tips for the chemical safety means we have to protect from the health hazards of the chemicals. And when we are going towards that researchers also, we have to read the overall warning labels of these chemicals, and so that we can be very much aware of this chemical hazardous means if we inhale this one, what is the impact will be there, and after using or touching of that chemical, what we are going to have in our body. Like this we have to be very much careful. Okay. And next one is toxicology, and this is one of the source of the chemical hazard. Means from this toxicology also we will be getting the chemical hazards. And this one is these all substances will be poisonous. Means overall when we are touching any type of chemicals means that will be toxic only. And what are the main types of these sources of toxin? Or it may be come from food. Means when we are eating that one also, from that one also these toxin can be goes into our body, or water. Next from drugs it can be happen, and air pollution. Next carbon monoxide, from this gas also we will be getting this toxicology. These are all the overall harmful toxicology, nothing but poisonous substance. Okay, means this poisonous substance from where we are getting means from the chlorine, from the hydrocarbon fuels, from the poor ventilation, ammonia. These are all the sources of the toxin here. And next one is toxicity. And this toxicity, it is nothing but the degree where the substance can damage the organism directly. Why? Because that may be plants, or that may be humans, or that may be animals also, bacteria, like that. Means when this toxicity, it will just affect the whole organism, in means like animals, bacteria, humans, plants, everything. Means whereas the effect on this substructure of the organism also can be done because of this toxicity. This may be that the substructure of that organism can be as cell or any organ such as the liver in our body, or some animals also can be affected because of this chemical hazard. This is nothing but the capacity of the chemical compound to produce the injury. Why? Because when we are going to inhale this type of toxic material or toxic chemical in our body means that will just produce the injury. Internal injury can be happen, or external injury can be happen because of this toxicity. Okay. And these are all the conditions of the strong poisoning. Here, this strong poisoning can be because of a high temperature, and because of deep or rapid breathing can be happen, and some maybe have working extra hours. For that people also these toxicity can be happen. And some maybe when we are going to come into our more poisonous substances means these strong poisoning can be happen. And next one is some of the possible outcomes of this toxicant. Means when we are going to inhale this type of chemicals means what we are going to means what is the outcome we will be facing means some maybe die within some short period only, and there will be mutation in their DNA. Means mutation nothing but change in DNA. Okay. And some people, they may means they can go through this cancer also, and there will be acute toxicity will be there, and eye irritation, fertile problems, and mutagenicity can be happen, and also reproduction effect can be happen, and some people, they may face death also because of this toxicants. Okay, and sudden heart failure, nothing but heart attacks can be happen towards them when we inhale these toxicides. Okay, these are the references books. Thank you everyone.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.